Once upon a time, in a big, green garden, there was a tall apple tree. It was older than anyone could remember. Its roots were deep in the ground, and its branches reached high up towards the sky. The tree was strong and sturdy, like a wise old friend. In the springtime, the apple tree woke up from its long winter sleep. Tiny green buds started to grow on its branches. These buds slowly opened up, showing beautiful pink and white flowers. The flowers smelled so sweet and lovely, like sugar and honey. Bees loved to visit the flowers and drink their sweet juice. As the days grew warmer, the flowers started to change. They turned into tiny green apples. These apples grew bigger and bigger, day by day. They hid among the green leaves, like little green balls. The tree was busy working hard to make the apples grow big and juicy. Summer came, and the apples were ready to eat. They turned from green to red, yellow, or sometimes even pink. They looked shiny and delicious. Children loved to climb the apple tree and pick the ripe apples. They would eat them right away, or take them home to share with their families. The apple tree was not only good for making apples. It was also a home for many animals. Birds built their nests in its branches. Squirrels loved to hide nuts in its bark. And sometimes, a friendly rabbit would hop around its base, looking for tasty grass. In the autumn, the leaves on the apple tree turned golden brown. They danced and twirled in the wind, like tiny dancers. The apples that were left on the tree became even sweeter and tastier. Some people picked the apples and made apple pies, apple juice, or applesauce. When winter came, the apple tree went back to sleep. It lost all its leaves and looked bare. But the tree was not really sleeping. It was resting, storing up energy for the next spring. The apple tree was a special place for everyone. It gave us delicious fruit to eat, a home for animals, and a beautiful sight to enjoy. It was a friend to all who came near it. And so, the apple tree stood tall and proud, year after year, bringing joy to everyone who loved it. The apple tree had many friends in the garden. There was a wise old owl who lived in a hole in the tree trunk. The owl could see everything that happened in the garden, day and night. It was like having a guard to watch over the garden. There were also some busy squirrels who lived in the tree branches. They loved to collect acorns and hide them in the tree's bark. Sometimes, they would forget where they hid their acorns, and the apple tree would have little surprises growing at its roots. One summer, a family of birds built their nest in the apple tree. They laid tiny blue eggs and hatched cute little baby birds. The baby birds grew up fast, learning to fly and sing beautiful songs. The apple tree loved to listen to their cheerful chirping. A friendly rabbit called Bunny lived near the apple tree. He liked to nibble on the grass around the tree, and sometimes, he would even eat the fallen apples. The apple tree didn't mind. It knew that Bunny was a gentle creature and wouldn't hurt the tree. One day, a little girl named Lily came to visit the garden. She loved the apple tree and would often climb it to pick apples. She would talk to the tree and tell it her secrets. The apple tree listened patiently, its leaves rustling softly in the breeze. The apple tree loved all the seasons. In spring, it enjoyed the warm sunshine and the sweet smell of its flowers. It loved watching the bees buzz around and the birds build their nests. Summer was the apple tree's favorite season. It loved feeling the warm sun on its leaves and watching the children play around it. It was proud of its big, juicy apples and happy to share them with everyone. Autumn was a time of change for the apple tree. It watched as its leaves turned golden brown and danced in the wind. It felt a little sad to say goodbye to its leaves, but it knew that winter was coming. Winter was a time for rest and renewal. The apple tree slept under a blanket of snow, dreaming of spring and the new life that would come. Apples are not only delicious, but they are also very good for you. They are full of vitamins and minerals that help your body grow strong. You can eat apples fresh, or you can use them to make yummy treats. Apple pie is a popular dessert made with apples. It is a sweet and warm treat that is perfect for cold days. Apple juice is another delicious drink made from apples. It is refreshing and healthy. You can also make applesauce. It is a soft and smooth treat that is great for babies and toddlers. Apples can be used to make apple jelly, apple butter, and even apple chips. So next time you eat an apple, remember the apple tree that grew it. Imagine the sunshine, the rain, and the care that went into making that delicious fruit. And don't forget to thank the apple tree for its wonderful gift. The apple tree loved children. They laughed and played around it, making the garden feel alive and happy. Little hands reached for the shiny red apples, their eyes sparkling with joy. Some children liked to climb the tree, pretending they were brave explorers. There was a little girl named Lily who loved the apple tree more than anything. She would spend hours talking to it, telling it all her secrets. The apple tree would listen patiently, its leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. Lily would sometimes pretend that the apples were her friends, giving them names like red, green, and yellow. One sunny afternoon, a group of children decided to have a picnic under the apple tree. They spread a big blanket on the grass and shared their sandwiches, cookies, and juice. After eating, they played games, sang songs, and told stories. The apple tree enjoyed watching them have fun. Sometimes, children would draw pictures of the apple tree. They would use bright colors to paint the tree's green leaves and red apples. Their pictures were always full of life and happiness. The apple tree was proud to be a part of so many children's lives. It knew that it brought joy and wonder to their world. And that made the apple tree very happy. People have told stories about apple trees for many years. Some stories are about magic apple trees that can grant wishes. Other stories are about talking apple trees that give wise advice. There's a story about a little boy who lived in a cottage near an apple tree. Every day, he would talk to the tree and tell it about his dreams. One day, he wished to fly. The next morning, he woke up to find a pair of magical wings growing from the apple tree. With these wings, he could fly high above the clouds. Another story tells of an old woman who lived alone in a forest. Her only friend was a wise old apple tree. The tree helped her through hard times and gave her hope. When the woman was old and tired, the apple tree turned into a soft bed for her to rest.